The administration's immigration crackdown reaching yet another major U.S. city. Right now, federal agents descending on the San Francisco Bay Area. And the one man who's led the charge in cities like Chicago will again lead more than 100 federal agents on the ground in San Francisco. And NewsNation's Ali Bradley is there. Ali, you've been in touch with Greg Bovino and his troops. You've already, met who they have met with protesters. But I want to start with the protests today. What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, hey, Nicole. So we're outside of Coast Guard Island right now, where more than 100 people have gathered to protest that federal enforcement response that we are likely going to see here. We can expect 100 different assets from Customs and Border Protection to come to San Francisco today. We know ICE is already here. ICE has been operating in San Francisco for decades. They've been operating across the United States for quite some time. And what we have been seeing in these big cities like Chicago, like Portland, we see the Customs and Border Protection and ICE going first, those DHS assets first, and then typically the National Guard will follow. So we can likely expect to see a similar situation play out there. But when it comes to these protests, you can see them just walking around in a circle here. Again, this is at the entrance of Coast Guard Island. We want to pan over and show you what it looks like here as you have Coast Guard here guarding the entrance here. U.S. Coast Guard forces are here monitoring the situation. And you can see here on the ground, there's some remnants of what appears to be some flashbangs, some less lethal munitions that have been deployed as well, because people were talking about when vehicles were trying to come and go, that's when the crowd would not move and that was dispersed. We have not seen any of that since we have been on the ground for a little bit over an hour, though everything has been peaceful. They've just been, again, marching around, but we have also not seen any vehicles come and go from this facility, from this entrance just yet. Now, why would they be coming to San Francisco? Why would we see DHS assets, immigration enforcement come here? Well, our DHS sources provided us some data that shows that thousands of individuals with final orders of removal, which means they went through a due process, judge ordered them removed, but they did not leave. Those individuals are living in the San Francisco area. We know at least 10,000 of them have criminal convictions, and that's outpacing the nationwide statistics, 17% to the nation's 13%. Now, when it comes to that immigration enforcement, we're likely going to see some targeted raids happening where they go in and they have a targeted enforcement operation that they conduct. But then we're also likely going to see some sweeping enforcement as well, like we have seen in LA at Home Depot. We've seen it at Chicago as well, and also on Canal Street in New York. So we can likely see that. Now, we talked with the district attorney here in San Francisco, Brooke Jenkins. She says she's worried about how the community is going to react and that these kind of settings might escalate into violence. Now, she does say that she doesn't want to see any of these protesters dox any of the federal agents or officers, and she's actually calling on protesters to direct their energy to the Trump administration. Take a listen to what she said.
I think people need to be focused on the government who is giving the orders that these people are following. I myself have been doxxed since I became the DA. That is not something that I believe is appropriate under any circumstance. Certainly not posting of someone's children and their families. I know that just like everyone else, I'm disgusted at what I'm seeing go on in this country. And there is a lot of emotion that comes with that. My father is an immigrant from El Salvador, so I get what everyone is feeling, but we have to have a boundary line in how we exercise our rights to respond.
Now, this all comes as DHS says the deployment is necessary and that we can expect to see arrest numbers rival what we saw in Los Angeles. The Assistant Secretary on NewsNation with Blake Berman just yesterday. Take a listen.
We saw a lot of Los Angeles. We arrested 7,000 illegal aliens, many of which had horrendous criminal convictions on their record, gang members, known and suspected terrorists. We're expecting to see similar out of San Francisco.
Okay, so right now we don't have any word on when we can see immigration enforcement actually start to ramp up and when we can see that start to take shape here in San Francisco. And there's also no timeline, Nicole, on when the National Guard might be deployed here. But we do know Governor Gavin Newsom says he will sue the Trump administration if that deployment does happen. Nicole. All right.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.